Hello and welcome back to the Keeling Kitchen. Today's video is all about guitar cutters and praline frames. These nifty pieces of kit can really help up your chocolatiering game as well as increase productivity, with the larger frames and cutters being able to give you hundreds of pralines within a matter of hours. You can even buy a double string guitar to really help speed things up. First of all, we'll be talking about the Martellato frames. Here I have the larger frame, but they both come with a leveling tool as well as a thick bottom plate to which you attach the frames. This makes it extremely easy to use and clean. To start the process, you'll need to attach an acetate sheet to the base. I like to spread a little oil on the base to help secure the acetate. Once the acetate sheet is attached, you need to push out any air bubbles and creases, as these can transfer to the base of your praline once set, as well as trim off any excess acetate you may have. Here I'm preparing the premium marzipan from Lübecker for one of my layers. As you can see, I'm rolling it out between guitar sheets. This helps to prevent a skin from forming, as I'll not be using it until later. Now it's rolled out, I'm checking that it fits the frame, that it's level, and that I have achieved the desired thickness, before leaving to one side, ready for later. Now we're on to the next layer, which is a mango pâte de fruits. I'm warming the ambient ravi fruit puree before adding pectin and sugars. Once the mixture has boiled to the correct temperature, you should pour onto a silk packed mat and not into the frame, as this will melt any other layers you may have in the frame. Working quickly here, you need to spread out the mixture before it sets. Making sure that it fits the frame size, you can then allow it to set, ready for later. Next, we're going to prepare the base layer of the praline. I'm making an almond gianduja type base here, but you can use any of our amazing pre-made giandujas or tintoretto from Calabao, or cuttable truffle masses from Kesco. These all work perfectly with the oil-based flavourings such as spice drops. Here I'm adding the spice drops to the dark chocolate, before mixing in the almond paste. Then spreading into the pre-prepared frame, making sure to get into all the corners. Finally, you want to tap out any air bubbles there may be. Then you can scrape off any excess using the leveling tool. After which, you should clean the frame and allow it to set. So, next we're on to the construction of the praline. First I'm applying the pâte de fruits layer. You can quickly run a hairdryer or heat gun over the base to help secure your second layer. But as the pâte de fruits is quite sticky, we won't need to do that here. So carefully peeling the pâte de fruits away from the silk pack mat. Next you want to pat out any air bubbles there may be, before trimming the edges to fit the frame. Then all you need to do is repeat this process for the marzipan layer. To release the praline from the frame, you will need to run a blunt knife down each side, before taking off each layer. Then run a palette knife underneath to release the acetate from the base, before applying an acetate sheet to the top and inverting on a separate tray. I'm trimming the praline here to make it more manageable for my guitar cutter, as I have a different size cutter to frame, but you can buy them in matching sizes to help save time at this stage. Next you'll need to apply a thin layer of untempered chocolate to the base. This will help with the cutting and moving of your praline, as well as giving you really nice clean edges when dipping. Onto the guitar cutter. You will need to bring down the strings over the praline in a singular smooth action. Now bring the strings back up for cleaning and then your second cut. Then remove the praline from the cutting board using the tray provided. You can do this by picking up the edge of the praline and swiftly moving the tray underneath. There is somewhat of a knack to this, but you will soon get it. Now it's on to the cleaning and construction of the guitar cutter. You should clean your guitar cutter every day after use. It's constructed of two main parts, the base and the strings. The base is constructed of plastic pieces that are attached to 2 bars that run through the feet of the main body and are secured with 4 bolts. Undoing these bolts and removing the bars, you are able to remove the plastic pieces ready for cleaning. Once you've cleaned all the pieces and the base, you can then reverse the process to reconstruct your cutting area. As for the strings, they are attached to the frame via nuts and bolts at each end. You may need to tighten these after a prolonged period of time, but the tools and extra strings are provided. The frame is attached to the base via an open hinge, making removal for cleaning and string size changing quick, easy and simple. So in conclusion, it's a no-brainer from me. Introducing these pieces of equipment to your kitchen with a melting choc tank will be invaluable. You'll be able to produce unique products to add to your already existing lines. You'll be able to produce your product quicker and easier with less mess, as well as being able to introduce new and innovative finishing techniques to your product lines. I hope you have all found this video helpful. Feel free to get into the comments to let us know what you think. Until next time, it's goodbye from the Keylink Kitchen.